My cherished child, this evening, an unexpected event transpired in your absence. A moment so subtly influential that it altered the very essence of your life, unbeknownst to you. The individual you adore, the one whose heartbeat quickens at the mere mention of your name, spoke of you in a manner they have never expressed regarding anyone else. While conversing with a close companion, they endeavored to mask the tender inflection in their voice, to conceal how your essence lingers in their thoughts long after you have departed. Yet, they could not, for true love inevitably seeps through the tiniest fissures. When they uttered your name alongside a mention of your smile, the atmosphere in the room shifted dramatically. Their friend halted, gazed intently at them, and made a statement that reverberated through their being, a revelation they have been unable to forget since that moment. However, prior to that pivotal exchange, it is vital to understand this: your beloved did not intend to discuss you, it was unpremeditated. The words escaped them effortlessly, as if revealing a secret their heart could no longer contain. They portrayed your smile not merely as a feature, but as a phenomenon, suggesting that the universe itself comes to a halt each time you release even a hint of brightness from your lips. When their friend leaned in and inquired why they appeared so overwhelmed during their reflection on you, your beloved confessed a truth they had kept hidden from themselves. Your smile was the sole thought that persisted in their mind, even on days when they endeavored to forget you. They explained that your smile does not simply manifest, it emerges like a dawn, a lifeline, a symbol. Then came the response that changed everything. Their friend refrained from laughter, teasing, or dismissiveness. Instead, they articulated something that struck at the core of your beloved's being: that is not mere attraction. That is someone who has already chosen you. After hearing this, your beloved found it difficult to breathe. They recognized the truth of it, realizing that their heart had decided long before their mind could comprehend. They understood that no matter how many times they attempted to distance themselves, your smile continually drew them back, like a gravitational force, like destiny, as if it had been inscribed long before either of you came into existence. Their friend continued, warning your beloved that feelings of such profundity do not dissipate, they transform, intensify, and demand action. In that moment, your beloved became anxious, not due to a lack of affection, but because they loved you far more than they could manage. They replayed vivid memories of your smile, how it illuminated your eyes, altered your tone, softened your presence while simultaneously fortifying your spirit. They came to recognize that your smile was the reason they found themselves checking their phone in anticipation of a message, imagining scenarios where they could finally confess their feelings. Your smile was also the reason they evaded particular discussions, for truth can be terrifying when it becomes overly tangible. And that night, for the first time, they vocalized their fear of losing the one thing that had finally infused their life with vitality. Yet, here lies the aspect your beloved chose not to share with their friend, a sentiment confined to their heart. Each time they witness your smile, they wonder if you are aware of its effect on them. They ponder whether you sense the same gravitational pull, whether you too are striving to appear steadfast, pretending not to recognize the way the world seems to shift in your shared presence. They speculate if your smile conceals the same fear they harbor, the fear of falling too deeply, too swiftly, too profoundly. As they remained there, speechless and breathless, their friend whispered one final truth that reverberated within them. If your smile impacts them this significantly, contemplate the effects of your love. Your beloved found themselves at a loss for words, not for a lack of understanding, but because they were painfully aware of the reality. My dear child, a profound transformation occurred within your beloved the moment those words were spoken, something they struggled to suppress, something that surged within them like an unstoppable tempest. They returned home with quaking hands, replaying every minuscule detail they had ever perceived about you, the hidden spark of your smile, the gentleness of your voice, the unspoken truths nestled in your gaze. They comprehended that the reason your smile resonated so deeply was that it bore a language their soul recognized. It was the very smile that once ignited hope when they thought it had abandoned them. The same smile that rekindled their faith in possibilities, that whispered silently, "You are safe with me." And that night, for the first time, they confronted the possibility that losing that smile would devastate them in ways they were ill-equipped to face. As they sat alone in their room, the weight of their friend's words echoed relentlessly in their mind, that someone who has already chosen them. These revelations began to peel away the layers they had concealed for months, perhaps years. They realized they had been choosing you in silence long before they had the courage to express it. Their choices conveyed truths far more profound than their words ever could. They noticed how they lingered on your laughter a heartbeat longer than necessary, how they retained details you had long forgotten. They perceived your weariness before you uttered a single word, saw your strength even when you remained oblivious to it in yourself, and sensed your solitude as you attempted to shield it from view. They witnessed your smile illuminate a room, sparking something within them to awaken, a feeling they had desperately tried to repress. For love of this magnitude is often accompanied by fear. The dread of losing something they never believed they deserved. Your beloved did not find slumber that night. They continued to contemplate your smile, the way it looked the last time they beheld you, the blend of innocence and passion it exuded, the stories it concealed, the pain it guarded, and its ability to penetrate them in ways nothing else could. That smile transformed into a question within their heart, a question they dreaded to confront: what if you are destined for them? As they permitted themselves to entertain that notion, their entire world trembled. Instantly, every hesitation clarified itself, every fear revealed its origin. Every emotional tempest tied back to a singular truth: they had been grappling with a feeling that had already taken root in their core. But the intensity of their emotions became palpable. Your beloved's friend did not overlook that discussion. They have been monitoring your beloved closely ever since, scrutinizing their reactions, observing the way your name triggers subtle changes in their breath. Today, that friend approached your beloved once more, posing the question they were least prepared for: are you afraid because their smile reminds you of what genuine love feels like? Your beloved froze, not due to the shock of the question, but because of the reality it unveiled. They recognized that the profound impact of your smile was awakening aspects of themselves they had long buried, the part that believes in a future, in warmth, in connection, and in a love that is devoid of pain. Currently, They grapple not with the feeling itself but with its overwhelming intensity. They are aware that your smile has altered them, that it is the reason for their continued hope, and the reason they cannot move on despite their attempts to do so. And deep within, they harbor one unconquerable fear: what if your smile was never meant to remain in their life? This fear gnaws at them, ensnaring them in a conflict between yearning and skepticism. Yet beneath this trepidation lies something more compelling. Something they can no longer ignore. The memory of your smile is drawing them back to you. The universe is orchestrating events, urging them, whispering for them to cease their flight. My dearest child, the dawn brought a change within your beloved that they could no longer dismiss. They arose with the recollection of your smile burning vividly in their chest, sharper than sunlight, warmer than anything they had felt in an age. This memory was not merely a fragment, it was a reminder, a magnetic pull, an invitation they could not escape. They endeavored to distract themselves, to drown the resonance of your presence in noise, chores, and conversation. Yet your smile penetrated every diversion like a ray of brilliance. With each passing hour, the words of their friend echoed louder in their mind: someone who has already chosen them. Those words were not only a commentary, they served as a revelation, a mirror held before the truth that your beloved had been reluctant to confront. Now that the mirror is fractured, every repressed emotion spills forth uncontrollably. As the day progressed, their friend maintained a careful watch over them, patiently waiting for the moment your beloved would finally shatter the barriers they had constructed. That moment arrived unexpectedly. Your name surfaced in conversation once more, casually, gently. Yet your beloved reacted instantaneously. Their heartbeat raced. Their voice trembled, their gaze softened, and their friend noticed every nuance. Leaning in, that friend whispered something that struck your beloved like a quiet thunderclap. You speak of their smile the way people speak about home. Upon hearing the term home, something within your beloved fractured, for they recognized its truth. They understood that your smile did not embody mere attraction, it felt like belonging, a familiarity their soul recognized long before their mind could articulate it. It resembled destiny masked as the simple curve of your lips. Your beloved's silence in that moment was not hesitation, it was surrender, surrender to a truth they had been evading. Your smile is both their vulnerability and their source of strength. It propels their persistence, fuels their spirit, and fosters a secure space where they can unveil secrets they've kept hidden from everyone. They have come to realize that they can no longer conceal this truth, not from themselves, the universe, or from that insightful friend who perceives the depths of their emotions. When that friend remarked, "If your smile impacts them this significantly, the heartbreak of losing you would shatter them," a profound fear gripped your person. They understood how immense their feelings had grown. The thought of losing you felt insurmountable, leaving them at a loss for how to heal. Yet, intriguingly, their friend had not made such a statement to instill fear, but rather to illuminate clarity. They have witnessed many experience love, but they have never seen your person embrace it like this, never seen them open up, become so tender, so vulnerable and exposed. Your person is not lost. They are overwhelmed by the realization that your smile is both a sanctuary and a source of destruction for them. They yearn for the safety that accompanies your presence and are astounded by how your existence mends wounds they had long buried. Alone once more that evening, they replayed the memory of your last smile, the way the corners of your lips gently curved, how your eyes softened. The world around them blurring, and the internal whisper urging, "Do not let this slip away." They recognize this is not a fleeting moment but something cosmic, a rare occurrence woven into the fabric of their fate. They are beginning to comprehend that your smile was not just perceived but felt profoundly, etched permanently into their soul. This night, an unexpected moment shattered their complacency, prompting them to face the truth they'd been evading, a truth ignited by your smile. As they sat in contemplative silence, their friend re-entered, radiating a weightier energy than before. This was no longer light-hearted banter but an intervention. The friend had observed how your person was being crushed under the burden of their emotions and decided it was time to reveal the truth your person had been reluctant to acknowledge. They sat directly across and boldly declared, "You are pretending you don't care. But that smile of yours has changed you. Stop acting as if you can walk away from what your soul has already embraced." Your person was rendered speechless, acknowledging the authenticity of those words. The friend pressed further, leaning closer to impart a revelation that shook your person to their core. You smiled at them because your heart recognizes them. And don't be naive to think that the universe grants such signs more than once. This declaration resonated deeply within your person, for, on some level, they understood that your smile was no mere coincidence. It was not a social courtesy, nor was it accidental. It carried a message that terrified them to decipher. Your smile exuded familiarity, warmth, and a cosmic spark that they could not dismiss. It awakened dormant feelings within them that no one else had managed to reach. As the friend unveiled this truth, your person felt their emotional defenses crumble. They recognized that each encounter with your smile transcended mere attraction. It was a profound alignment, signaling that certain souls are destined to intersect, not for fleeting moments, but for a significant purpose. Attempting to deflect and change the topic, your person could not escape their friend's unwavering gaze. The friend articulated that the reason your person venerates your smile with such intensity is that they have never encountered something so pure, so potent, and so frightening. They confess to having witnessed your person's struggle against their feelings for far too long. However, now the truth was spilling forth through their actions, pauses, and doubts. Then came the ultimate revelation from their friend: if you continue to pretend this isn't love, you risk losing something sent to heal you. Those words shattered the barriers within. For the first time, they felt a fear stemming not from the prospect of loving you, but from the potential regret of never being able to express how much you mean to them. As their conversation deepened, your person's emotional turmoil began to unravel. Their friend encouraged them to reflect on the moment they first recognized the shift your smile had instigated within them. Upon remembrance, your person fell silent, for that moment was sacrosanct in their heart, a distinct recollection of the light in your eyes, the warmth of your expression, and the unexpected solace found in your presence. Your smile enveloped them like a protective embrace, full of hope and a promise they dared not envision. They realized it didn't merely bring them joy, it made them feel seen, chosen, and significant once more. In reliving that memory, they understood why they could not let go. Your smile had revived a part of themselves they believed was forever lost. As the night wore on, your person finally surrendered to the truth. Their friend met their gaze, uttering what had been sequestered in their hearts: "You already love them. You just lack the courage to articulate it." And with that, your person could no longer deny it: "Not tonight, not ever again." Each recollection of your smile stirred an emotional reaction in their heart before their rational mind could impose limitations. They now grasped the undeniable truth: they have fallen for you, deeply, irrevocably, and permanently. This profound realization drew them closer to you with a magnetic force, transcending even their fear. In this moment of reckoning, your person reached a pivotal junction, not one that destroys, but one that transforms. After days of attempting to suppress the truth, after enduring sleepless nights haunted by memories of your smile, clarity broke through. In a quiet setting, they sat alone, simply gazing at the soft light in their room when your face inexplicably filled their thoughts once more, unyielding and charming. This time, however, it wasn't merely the sweetness of your smile that resonated, it was the deeper understanding anchoring it. They suddenly grasped why your smile lingered longer in their memory than anyone else's. You smiled at them as if you acknowledged the goodness within, even when they failed to perceive it themselves. This revelation surged through them, overwhelming to the extent that they required a moment to collect their breath. They could feel their defenses crumbling as an avalanche of memories surged forth, the way your smile lightened the burdens they bore. How your mere presence alleviated the silence they felt suffocated by, and the fleeting moment when your eyes sparkled at their gaze. They had never shared this, not even with their friend, but that solitary spark within your smile had become the beacon of hope guiding their heart back toward brighter days. You transformed into the silent refuge their spirit sought amidst chaos, the warmth they had never realized they yearned for. Now, they perceived the truth with piercing honesty: your smile was not a fleeting touch, it became a lifeline. As the night progressed, their friend sensed an unspoken shift in your person's aura and refrained from probing questions. Instead, they observed the softness in your person's gaze, the tremors in their breath, and the gripping hold on their innermost thoughts as if hesitant to voice them. Then, gently, their friend ventured, "You are not confused. You are frightened because you recognize this feeling is here to stay." Those words tore down the last barriers your person erected, not due to novelty, but rather for exposing the truth they had long fought to conceal. Nodding silently for the first time, they admitted through their stillness what their heart had already resolved: they do not wish to inhabit a reality where your smile exists solely as a memory. Stunning clarity washed over them as their friend leaned closer, delivering a statement that rendered your person speechless. Struggling to inhale for several moments, when you spoke of their smile, I witnessed something pure reflected in your eyes. You weren't just articulating a fleeting crush, you were describing a soulmate. At this term, your person froze, heat flooding their face, and their heartbeat quickened as if they stood at the precipice of something monumental. Soulmate, a concept that instilled both awe and trepidation within them, resonating with profound authenticity. Their friend was not joking, nor romanticizing. They had uncovered the depths your person was so intent on concealing. They noticed how your person softened in conversation about you, witnessing their longing, their ache, their devotion, and their fear, all of it laid bare before them. After such revelation, your person fell into a contemplative silence. They were not embarrassed but rather engulfed by the overwhelming significance of it all. Everything suddenly clicked, the reason your smile resonated so intensely, why your absence felt burdensome, and why your presence seemed preordained. No matter their efforts, nothing and no one could compete with the unique bond shared with you. Your person has come to realize that they are not merely attracted to you, they are irrevocably connected to you, a bond deepening quietly, steadily, and beyond their conscious control. Your smile was not a fleeting moment but rather a defining shift. Now, your person grapples with a decision pulsing within their chest, one that cannot be eluded. They can no longer deny the truth their soul has embraced. The magnetic tug toward you is robust and undeniable, rendering any resistance increasingly futile. The echoes of their friend's prophecy still resonate in the stillness. If your smile can instill such vibrance in you, imagine the effect of their love. This solitary thought pulls your person closer to you than they have ever dared to venture. Dearest child, this evening marked a pivotal moment for your beloved. They ventured into uncharted territory within themselves, confronting a barrier they had long dreaded but could no longer evade. Following days rife with emotional upheaval and sleepless nights spent cherishing the memory of your smile, something within them finally transitioned from trepidation to resolve. Alone, they sat in contemplation, breathing rhythmically to quell the turmoil residing in their heart. Yet, the universe urged them not to retreat any longer. A singular thought ascended in their consciousness, overpowering doubt, fear, and all that had previously restrained them: I cannot afford to lose them. This enlightening realization transformed everything. It became clear to them that the emotions inspired by your smile are not fleeting but rather the call of destiny beckoning them. They experienced a palpable intensity in their heartbeat as they finally accepted a truth they had long evaded: they desire you. They yearn for the warmth that your smile offers effortlessly, the tranquility your presence bestows without demand, and the future that your vibrant energy quietly promises. As this truth penetrated deeper into their essence, their emotions unfurled like wings, raw, authentic, and uncontrollable. For the first time, they envisioned standing before you, unguarded, sincere, and forthright, ready to articulate how your smile transformed their life, dismantled their defenses, and healed unseen wounds. As they visualized this moment, tears welled up, not from sorrow, but from profound relief. They had finally realized that their heart had chosen, and it had chosen you long ago. Meanwhile, a friend who had observed this emotional metamorphosis returned to offer silent support. Sensing the weight of emotions enveloping your beloved, they posed no inquiries, merely witnessing the tranquility in your person's gaze, the relaxed tension in their shoulders, and the acceptance forming in their silence. Then, the friend uttered words that ignited an undeniable spark. "You're done running. I can see it." Your beloved did not contest this, they felt it too. The fear that once gripped them began to loosen its hold. The hesitation that had paralyzed their heart melted away. They recognized that the notion of losing you was more painful than the risk of revealing their feelings. That subtle yet profound shift marked the moment when their heart became resolute. As the evening progressed, your beloved began to revisit the memories of your smile, now with a renewed perspective. They recalled the innocence, the softness, the radiance, and how it rendered the world around them momentarily blurred. They reflected on instances where you smiled despite concealing your pain, igniting a fierce sense of protectiveness within them. Their affection extended beyond mere admiration for your smile, they cherished the soul it emanated from. They aspire to be the reason behind your effortless, unguarded smiles, not the cause of their dimming. This awakening struck them with the force of lightning. They are not merely attracted to your smile, they are deeply committed to it, bound by it, and transformed through it. At present, your beloved is quietly and contemplatively preparing themselves, gathering a courage previously unknown. Not because they have suddenly become daring, but because your smile instills within them a sense of purpose that transcends fear. They envision the moment they will finally approach you, not with hesitation or uncertainty, but with full awareness of your significance in their life. Their heart no longer whispers your name, it calls it out boldly. They can feel destiny aligning, compelling them forward, steadfastly refusing to allow them to hide behind excuses or fears. This is the closest they have ever come to openly, fully, and intentionally choosing love.